Coming up on Valley News Now, we have updates on the murder case of Isadora Wengel and an exclusive interview with one of our reporters on what we learned today about the case.
Plus, charges officially filed in a deadly crash that killed a 9-year-old boy this summer and a bizarre shovel-related assault in Moorhead. All of that and more coming up. Valley News Now is live. All right, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us for this Valley News Now digital update. I'm Devin Fry, keeping you updated with everything we have going on in the Valley News Live newsroom on this Friday. Today, starting early with latest developments, some major developments in the Isadora Wengel murder case. A judge has now set bail at $5 million. It's a cash-only bail for Joshua Haidt, the 21-year-old Fargo man accused of killing and dismembering the 25-year-old woman. Haidt appeared in court this morning. For his initial appearance, prosecutors argued for the high bail amount, citing the severity of the allegations and concerns about flight risk, and the defense didn't object. Bail being set at $5 million, cash only. That's an important factor there. We have some raw sound here from this court hearing. We're going to listen to this. This is the prosecuting attorney, Derek Steiner, about why the state was seeking such a high bail amount in this case.
I'm just going to highlight a couple of points that are relevant to bail. First and foremost, Joshua is alleged to have killed Isadora Wengel. Not only that, it's also alleged that he, at least in part, dismembered her and disposed of her in unknown locations after the fact. This is supported that a saw blade was recovered during the investigation and contained DNA and medical evidence connected to Isadora. This level of tampering after the fact demonstrates an extreme desire to hide the facts of this case and demands a high bail. It's also concerning that Joshua lied to law enforcement officers during the course of the investigation and tried to mislead them. Not only misleading officers, it's also alleged Joshua took Isadora's phone and put in searches into her phone to mislead officers. In this case, specifically to have officers and her family believe that this was suicide. Furthermore, it's alleged that Joshua also took Isadora's phone and sent messages to her family members after the fact, manipulating them into believing she was alive after her death. Concerning for flight risk purposes, Judge, is that during digital forensics of Mr. Haidt's property, law enforcement officers found searches about how to obtain aliases. Also of high concern is that in order to effectuate Mr. Haidt's arrest, law enforcement officers stated they were going to return some personal property that were taken during the course of the search warrant. Mr. Haidt showed up to that meeting with law enforcement officers carrying a firearm on his person. Mr. Haidt does not have any criminal history, but the facts of this case are highly concerning. The sophistication after the fact is highly concerning. The state is asking for $5 million, cash only, Judge.
And for those of you just joining us that maybe hadn't heard, that $5 million request for bail for Josh Haidt, the man accused of killing Isadora Wengel, was granted by Judge Constance Cleveland there. The defense did not object to the $5 million bond proposed by the state. We're going to stay on this subject a little bit here. We have our digital exclusive coming up a little bit early on this show. Valley News Now, Duke Schindler is joined by Bobby Fallett, who sat down with Fargo Police Chief Dave Zabolski earlier today to talk about this case and some more topics. Let's go to that interview now. Again, Duke Schindler about to be joined by Bobby Fallett from the Valley News Live newsroom.
Thank you very much, Devin. Now we're going to be joined by one of our reporters and anchor, Bobby Fallett, who has actually just visited the Fargo Police Department, talking to Chief Dave Zabolski on just this fallout and where they go next with the Isadora Wengel case. Bobby, thanks for joining us. Just kind of tell me, what was your biggest takeaway with this conversation with the chief?
Well, right off the bat, Duke, we did ask him about, the $5 million bail. He felt that is very just, and he said that throughout this whole judicial process that he thanked the state's attorney's office for this incredibly high amount, because he said that the effort, the evidence that the investigators put through really does show just how what he called a heinous crime Fargo police truly do, at least Chief Zabolski believes that that is what took place here. So really, that was a big takeaway right off the bat talking with him. And then also another big takeaway is the community search for Isadora, for that black and red tote. They are all for the community doing something like this. They just don't want anybody to get hurt. And also, if they come across something that could possibly be evidence, be crucial in this case, do not take any steps to possibly see what it is. If you see something from afar, call Fargo police, call it in. Don't mess with any type of evidence if it does end up being evidential.
Right, and we just mentioned that community search. Do we know when that's going to be going on here, Bobby?
I believe this weekend from the search of what we have. I think Sunday is when it was kind of going to be taking place. The location, not specifically off the top of my head, knowing where that kind of is at the moment. But go to valleynewslive.com. We have stories on this and where that's going to be taking place right now, Duke. But yeah, just big takeaways were that, and just talking about it. I mean, one of the biggest things that the chief also hit on was that now this whole the court is going to take its place. This whole process now is kind of in the court's hands. Fargo police, their main effort, finding Isadora, finding the tote, bringing closure to the Wengel family.
For sure, and thank you very much for joining us, Bobby, and thank you for joining us as well, Devin. We'll send it right back to you.
Thank you very much, Duke and Bobby, for that there. Again, those search parties starting this Sunday at 10 a.m. There is a search party in town. You can find where that is on our website right now, valleynewslive.com, if you wish to join that search. Again, the Fargo police, all for this taking place. They just want everybody to stay safe while they're out there. Let's go over one more time really quickly, and then we'll move on to other topics here. But this is what the public is going to be searching for. Fargo police continuing to ask for the public's help in this case, still searching for this, a black tote, 27 gallons, black body, red lid. They say that this type of tote was delivered to Heights apartment. Authorities believe that this tote may be connected to the disposal of Wengel's body. If you find a black tote, or if you have any information about Wengel's whereabouts, please contact the Fargo police as they continue to investigate this frankly disturbing crime that has taken place. Let's go on to the weather department now. Look at that in the corner of the screen. 46 degrees out there right now. Our ice desk that we use for the Olympic zone starting to sweat a little bit out there. Hopefully it has one more week of Olympic competition to hold strong. So hopefully it still does. But we'll see mostly clear skies continuing into the evening. Possible fog overnight, calm, partly cloudy. Valentine's weekend's ahead. For more on that Valentine's weekend and what we can expect, Summer soaking up the rays in this. Let's go over to First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Summer Schnellbach with a little bit more of what we can expect in this forecast coming up this Valentine's Day weekend.
I'm meteorologist Summer Schnellbach, taking advantage of another bright, sunny day here this afternoon. And that's exactly what we're going to be seeing all weekend long as well. Lots of sunshine, temperatures in the 30s and 40s. Watching out for some more fog, though, the next couple of mornings. But overall, very nice weather for you and your Valentine. Still, looking at that First Alert weather day for next Wednesday, an active pattern with a couple chances for snow or wintry mix along with some wind. We've got those details coming up tonight on Valley News Live.
Thank you for that, Summer. And, you know, Summer goes outside even when it's as cold as possible out there. So I'm sure she's soaking these in. She'll have plenty of time to go out there when there's worse weather, and we'll make sure she does that here on Valley News Now. Also, she did say the weekend's going to be great for you and your Valentine, but if you don't have a Valentine, it's still going to be good for you. I want you to know that you are seen. We're going to, again, just want to remind everybody, we are going to take a look at what the roads look like out there. Obviously, beautiful conditions right now. It's not necessarily the biggest priority, but we are going to have a look at some traffic cameras and whatnot towards the end of the segment, so be sure to stay tuned. Now, let's go ahead and get into some of the headlines that we've had here coming through the Valley News Live newsroom today. A Moorhead City truck driver is facing criminal charges more than 6 months after they say that he hit and killed a 9-year-old boy in a crosswalk. 64-year-old Victor Carl Port of West Fargo charged today with 2 misdemeanors, failing to yield to a pedestrian in a crosswalk and operating a vehicle without the proper license. The charges stem from a July 31st, 2025 crash. Is where you see here at the intersection of 40th Avenue South and 14th Street South. That killed Adam Amin. The 9-year-old was riding his bicycle in a marked crosswalk when he was struck by the City of Moorhead water truck. Now, both of those misdemeanor charge carries a maximum penalty of 90 days in jail, a $1,000 fine, or both. Stay tuned with us as we continue to follow that that activity going through the court system as well. Sticking over on that side of the river now, a Moorhead woman is facing felony assault charges after allegedly threatening a man with a metal snow shovel and smashing glass at a bus stop. 20-year-old Olivia Hammer was charged today with second-degree assault with a dangerous weapon, fourth-degree property damage, and obstructing the legal process. According to the criminal complaint, Moorhead police responded to an apartment complex yesterday morning. The victim said Hammer followed him outside, grabbed a metal snow shovel, and then threatened him with it. At the bus stop, Hammer allegedly swung the shovel and broke the glass shelter. She faces up to 7 years in prison on the felony assault charge. A positive update now to a story that we were talking about yesterday. Obviously, yesterday was Giving Hearts Day, but we want to share the results. We had the live tracker up of what the dollar value was that some of our organizations were looking. And yeah, let's go ahead and pull this up here. This is from the Giving Hearts Day website. As you can see, another big turnout for Giving Hearts Day. 40,000 Giving Hearts. That's 40,000 plus donors. Together, they raised over $30.4 million and counting on Giving Hearts Day 2026. A phenomenal effort. Thank you to all of you who donated and for everybody who joined through our content leading up to Giving Hearts Day. Like I said, we highlighted some of the nonprofits that were accepting donations for Giving Hearts Day. Our reporters each picked a different nonprofit to spotlight, and those are available on our website under the Valley News, or no, not under the Valley News Now tab. That's where you're watching this on. Those stories are under the Giving Hearts Day tag. So if you haven't had a chance to check those out, go ahead and give those a look. Now, I want to close off the afternoon update on a lighter note, and we've had this story. We had the story on the air yesterday and last night, but we haven't had a chance to showcase it on Valley News Now. And dang it, I'm not going to pass up an opportunity to put this guy on the screen. Look at this guy. North Dakota Highway Patrol has a new recruit. He is 9.5 weeks old. His name is Bo. He's a bloodhound puppy. He'll soon have a life-saving mission, tracking down missing people and runaways. And he'll be, there he's chewing on Bobby Fallett's vest there. He'll be stationed in Fargo. Now, Bo's handler says that bloodhounds are the gold standard for man-trailing work because they have more scent receptors in their nose than other breeds. Bo will continue training over the next several months before he's ready for active duty. When he's fully trained, he'll be a critical resource for law enforcement agencies across the region. He's a valuable asset here in Fargo already. I can go ahead and say that with confidence. We're quickly approaching Valley News Live at 4. Duke Schindler about to be on the desk for you on our streaming platforms here on Valley News Live, on your phone app, on your smart TV, or if you're watching it over the air on the antenna. Either way you want to do it. Valley News Live at 4 coming up in about 17 minutes here. Quick math. Did you see that? Now, before we get out of here for this edition of the afternoon update, we're going to go ahead and check out the roads real fast. Like I said, though, with the weather conditions that we have right now, obviously, it's not breeding any necessarily bad road conditions here. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and pull this up. This will be a very easy update. Let's take a look at these roadways. Green pretty much across the board. Now, there is, if you head south here from Fargo down around the Christine area by that, and then over to Kindred as well, all you got to worry about there is some scattered frost on the roads. Certainly nothing to write home about. It's the same situation up here in the Trail County area. This is Mayville here. Yeah, Mayville and Portland here, I believe. So up to Hatton as well. So just something to watch out for there. More in our northern viewing areas. Again, it's all scattered frost right now. So for those of you getting ready to go home for your day from work or getting ready for Valentine's Day plans tonight, if you do have them, I should probably make some. My wife's going to be very upset if I don't have those done already, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. That's going to do it for this Friday's edition of our Valley News Now digital update. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Again, Again, make sure you have your Valley News Live app handy for these updates as they become available. We pride ourselves on how quickly we're able to get the news to you exactly where you want it. And most of you are watching it right here. And so we will have that for you. Just download the Valley News Live app. Be sure to like our social media channels as well. For those of you watching on your smart TV, we also appreciate that. However you're watching, thank you. We appreciate your time. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and call this one a day. Hope you all have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday, same time, same place for your Valley News Now digital update. I'm Devin Fry.